So I'm just going to get straight into it, ladies and gentlemen. Been meaning to do this video for a while, but my point is that I just do not like these new oversized cards. I don't know what they're doing, how long they're going to do it for, how many different characters they're going to spoil for this. I say spoil because as an opener myself, I'll prove it, I open figures. I also have a lovely carded collection because why not? This line of figures just begs for it to be kept carded. I've got a lovely collection of beautiful Kenner style card backs of original trilogy right the way up to the new stuff. And this guy is no exception. I want to talk about what I do like about this release of Cobb Vanth. I love the image they've chosen. I love the figure. I cannot wait to get it open. Cannot wait to get this open. But what I don't like is that it's now an oddball. It's a black sheep. There's people I've spoken to who don't care about that. They've said, well, number one, you're probably watching this and you're probably thinking, well, shame on you, or hard luck you for being somebody who keeps stuff carded. That's one type of person. I've got another type of person who is quite happy, and they've said to me, DC Deflector or whoever they are making cases where this can fit in that. Well, great. You've probably got people out there who hang their stuff up, so they could hang it, keep it carded, hang it like that, or put it on a shelf wherever you want to keep it carded. But for myself, and I know for a lot of people, we want to put this character amongst all our other Mandalorian characters and card backs. If you are somebody who displays in a star case, I know they're maybe going out of fashion because there's other alternative ways to display figures. I still use star cases predominantly. You can put them in acrylic cases now, figures, but still, if you're someone like me, you've got a big problem with this. I want him part of the family and he's not. But here's the bottom line, right? Disregarding all of that, what the hell have they done putting him on a big card anyway? And now, this is the thing, I have brought through here a few other pieces from the history of TVC to help me back up my argument and explain my point. This whole nonsense started with this. I mean, this was an exception. This was kind of deluxe because not only did you get him, you got a massive Creepness spiders, you got littler ones as well. It needed the space and it was a bit of a gimmick. I thought it was a one-off, although this is carded numbered. This has a card number. It goes back a little earlier than that. You also got this Mandalorian here, if I zoom in. Now, he was full of accessories, but the only downside, I love this card back, by the way. There's so much to look at. It's great. Little badge on there as well. You didn't see much of Mando, which, granted, if this guy was put on a smaller card, I don't know, man. Be all right, wouldn't it? I mean, look at all these other examples from big characters from the yesteryear of TVC. Let's just start with this guy. He's all right. You can see him on the card back. Think of a Man, ladies and gentlemen, back in yesteryear. How did he get on? And you've got big characters like the Gamo Guard. This was just weird because I bought it and it works. It's a standard kind of card back, but I mean, to be honest with you, I wasn't a fan of the film, so I didn't particularly. I mean, Sith Troopers was, for all they looked amazing, didn't do anything, so that's a separate argument problem. But then nobody asked for this, did they really? A stormtrooper with loads of extra accessories, whatever. But my point is, look at it. It works. Hell, you could have put all those weapons behind the character. Now, what worries me is this whole thing of labelling something deluxe. I think it's nonsense. It's a con. They're trying to get more money out of you. It's disgusting. Look at this guy. Now, the first deluxes were all right. The Stormtrooper, the E11, E-Web cannon guy. Fair enough, you got a bit of a wedge of plastic there. But things like this, he could have been on his own card back. That massive cannon gun could have been stored behind him in the bubble. Look at this. You used to be able to fit 2 characters in a bubble. I know they're only small, they're only pod racers, and he's a small droid, but you get my point. Going back to this one again, you got more than one character. Everybody fit together. That was more of a showpiece, that, and a bit of a, you know, a one-off, should we say. There he is. But the thing that really, the straw that broke the camel's back for me was that Jango Fett they brought out. That's when I stopped buying the deluxes in that capacity, when they were in a box. I just thought that they were having a laugh. Wasn't really a massive fan of the figure anyway. It's a nice figure, but I wasn't happy with the head sculpt, but that's a separate thing. Again, let me stay on point. The thing is, that Jango Fett that came out had less accessories than this. The Jango Fett they brought out, what was the accessory? As opposed to the E-Web cannon you got with the Stormtrooper, or the Ahsoka where you got the owl and the power generator thing. That new Jango Fett only had a flame on it. I thought that was disgusting that they declared that to be deluxe. That. And I still have not to this day bought that Jango Fett. And on principle, I will not, ladies and gentlemen. Until maybe I see it on clearance. Yesteryear, ladies and gentlemen, they had figures with loads of accessories. I mean, look at this one. You could argue this is a massive bubble, but that today, you'd be lucky to get that much plastic in a deluxe set. You know what I mean? Look at that, a table and all of that. Massive wedge. Oh, and a stand. There's loads of figures like that from yesteryear. Look at the 30th anniversary collection. So let's go back to this guy. Look at him. What does he have that other TVC releases of yesteryear don't? Look at Captain Fordo, multiple accessories. Look at Starkiller. Basically, it was 2 figures in one. This guy has got a backpack, helmet, weapons, and flames. Who cares about the flames? That would have worked on a standard size TVC card, or if they were that bothered about having to spread out the accessories, they could have put a few things behind, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know. That's the point I'm trying to make. My biggest issue with this line is, number one, half of them haven't got enough accessories to be declared deluxe. I think that's cheeky. And number two, the consequence of all of this is the fact that we've now got black sheeps. But what I do like about them, though, let's go back to what I like. I love this card back, and somehow I'm going to try and keep that mint. In fact, I've actually realised that maybe I have a space just where my light switch is in my carded room. I could maybe have it hanging. But again, he's still on the periphery, isn't he? So that's my thoughts on it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I'm going to open it yet. I might do that separately because I just wanted to do a video talking about this nonsense. And the fact is, right, none of them are matching. This new one is a different size from this. The Sabine Wren and the Howler, wow, they better not have made that unpunched. I hope they've made that punched, because at least people like myself could maybe hang it. Really, we want it in star cases. Well, I do anyway. I'm talking about myself, folks, but this is my channel. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, or you disagree, fair enough, I can understand why you would. If you're happy with your DC deflector cases or not putting them in a case, this does not apply to you. But for the Starcase community, or people who want to be faithful to a certain size and spec, look at this, man. Look at it. How big is this bubble compared to other ones? That is the same size, look at it, as the Mando and Grogu one. I admit that the image of Vanth would be shallower, thinner, whatever. You wouldn't see as much of him, but I think that they could have tightened up maybe. Again, these accessories could be, those weapons there could be behind him for starters. There have been TVC figures in the past where there's been a tray behind the character. You could have and should have done that, Hasbro, you know what I mean? These flames also could have been, I don't know, man, elsewhere. Let me know your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Am I just ranting and raving for no reason? I think I've got a good reason. Oh, I brought that Sand Trooper because look at him. Again, a character packed with accessories. And I think a lot of them, even the backpack, right, is behind him. Another incentive to open it up and find out what it's like, you know what I mean? His backpack could have been behind him. Do you know what, man? I think I'm right on this. They're taking the mick. It's outrageous. It is absolutely outrageous. That is not deluxe. It's just a figure, man. Disgusting. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, what I would prefer if they were to do deluxe is just give it us in completely different packaging and just spoil us with loads of amazing accessories, like, I don't know, something like that. Or even this. Something like that could be deluxe, couldn't it? That could be a Mandalorian deluxe. It comes with a massive weapon. This was made by Ian Butler 3D, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I think I've made my point. I'm going to get off my soapbox now. And let me know your thoughts as ever in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. Because I've been ranting and raving about it, I'll open them in a separate video. That'll be nice, wouldn't it? Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.